But her asset value goes from 30 million down to zero. I'd like to know who's cooking her books.
If these filings are accurate, then something doesn't make much sense here, guys.
Two prominent Democrats, you see them right there, they are facing scrutiny over their finances. New York Attorney General Letitia James is refusing to release her taxes, putting a blame for errors on her staff.
Meantime, Minnesota Congresswoman Ilhan Omar is claiming she is not a millionaire, despite previous disclosures showing her assets valued up to $30 million. Omar says the discrepancy was due to a major accounting error.
Really?
We have Sam Antar. He's a forensic accountant. Jacqueline Doboroff. She's a journalist and author of Supermoms Activated. Pleasure to have you both here on set. Sam, welcome to the show this morning.
Thank you for having me on again.
Good to see you. Let's start with Tish James. I know whom you are very familiar with and her money, so to speak. Yeah.
Right. She doesn't want to release her income tax returns. Now, we know that she bought a house in Virginia, the one that she was indicted on that's now under appeal, right? She bought a house in Virginia. She claimed it was a second home, but she was taking at the same time rental income deductions, rental expense deductions on the house. Now, you can't claim to the bank that it's a second home while claiming to the IRS it's a rental property that you don't even live in.
Right.
So that was problem number one with her income taxes. That's why she doesn't want to release it.
Right.
Problem number two is she says, well, look at my financial disclosures. Okay, we've been through this before. Her financial disclosures from 2020 to 2024 have been all false. They don't include the home that she was indicted for in Virginia or the mortgage. They include mortgages that that don't appear in the property records. So her financial disclosures are false too. So don't look at my false tax returns, but look at my false financial disclosures.
Listen, I always found it interesting how a group of people that are we need to go ahead and tax people, right? Tax people more, are always fall under the same circumstances for some reason, right? Like they're also looking for ways to not have to be stuck with paying the taxes. So why are you so steadfast in your belief that taxes need to be raised on the wealthy if the first thing that they tend to always do is find a way, specifically, to utilize the tax code to get out of paying taxes large scale here?
Well, these are people that are supposed to be upholding the law. I mean, they're supposed to be transparent about the law. And I don't want to pay my taxes. Why do these people, firstly, how did either of these people amass so much money? Whether there was an accounting issue that was supposed to be 15 million as opposed to the 30 million.
I've never had an accounting issue like that.
How do they have all of these homes? How do they have all of this cash and all of this loot?
All right, well, let's talk more about Ilhan Omar. So Sam, is blaming the accountant that they hired.
They always blame the accountant. Like
okay.
The CFO,
now, her husband, he's in venture capital. He's a partner with several other people. Maybe it gets kind of confusing. How often, I guess, would an accountant make an error to show that you are valued up to $30 million? And they're claiming now it's significantly less than that.
Let's go through the facts. The accountant himself wrote a letter saying that the assets were valued at about $30 million, give or take, right? Okay? When you say an asset is valued, that means net of liabilities. It doesn't mean it's the gross amount, it's the net of liabilities amount. Okay? So that's...
Wait, what do you mean by that?
In other words, if I say something is worth, if I say Newsmax is worth $1 billion...
It is.
Okay?
More. It is, by the way.
I mean that's worth after you pay off all your debts.
Okay, got it.
Okay, next.
All right.
Okay? So you have that issue. Then you have the issue whereby the net asset value goes from 30 million to about $1 million or so, right? Something like that, right? But at the same time, she reports income that didn't exist. So all of a sudden, her income goes from a maximum of 90,000 to a maximum of $1 million. But her asset value goes from 30 million down to zero. I'd like to know who's cooking her books.
But these are the people that are making financial decisions for the nation.
They are.
Good point.
Well, I should say Omar is.
Yeah.
Her attorney did offer an explanation for the revised disclosure forms. It's a letter, and her attorney wrote that, quote, as the busiest of people, it is very common for members and their spouses to rely on learned professionals like accountants to make calculations and determinations that appear on public findings. While the error is, of course, unfortunate, there is nothing untoward. Nothing illegal has occurred. Could there be any legal problems for this, for Omar, do you think, or is this just a PR issue? I mean, it definitely doesn't look good.
Yeah, I mean, again, Sam is much better at getting into the weeds. Just from a normal person perspective, again, how did they amass all of this money? I don't understand it.
Like a serious explanation here.
I don't think anyone else does either. They are in politics. What does her husband do? What special favors has he gotten? What inside information? How are these people where they are economically? And by the way, they are
without
part
a
of the
paper
party
trail
that wants to take everything away. Why don't they give it all away? Why is she even collecting a salary? Why is anyone on the left collecting a salary? I don't understand that either.
So, Sam, do you think anything's going to happen legally to either of these two? And I know Letitia James, and then they had a technicality with Lindsay Halligan, the prosecutor. That it wasn't the right
current
appointment.
DOJ with Todd Blanche in there is a mess. Okay, he's been screwing up the entire deal. He screwed up the.
You're saying Todd Blanche is screwing up?
Wow,
the
because we heard that
DOJ.
about the previous one.
Okay, New York State wanted to bring. The prosecutor in New York State wanted to bring a tax case against Letitia James. Todd Blanche quashed it. Todd Blanche did not give Lindsay Halligan the support she needed. He put in his own guy in Virginia who had no experience trying criminal cases.
The main takeaway from this clip is even the left, even though they are in staunch promotion of making sure you have no money, okay? Understand this here. Even though they are in just complete, unbridled, if you have money, it's ours type of attitude and ideology here, right? Even they don't want to do it, guys. That's the reality. Like, just look around here, and they're definitely right. Like, if you are in promotion of all of these things, why are you in fact taking a check? Right? Like, why are you doing that? Like, I've always been kind of in the camp saying that if you are entering into politics, I think you should be broke, bro. Let's just all kind of, rally around that statement there. Get money out of politics completely. So the absolute nefarious of the bunch here will not enter it for the sole purpose of, pilfering from the American people. Okay? That's it. If you're going to make money off of writing a book and selling it or something, bro. All right? That's it here. Other than that, hard pass. Why are we giving them money like that? Okay? For what? To do what? Exactly. To sit there and gerrymander? To shut down the government all the time? Guys, what are we giving them money for, bro? Sorry to be that guy here. All right? And yeah, listen, no one wants to pay taxes. Even they don't want to pay taxes. Not at the rate that they are right now. Guys, understand what the Revolutionary War, what was the tax rate, okay, during the Revolutionary War that made them so pissed off? What was that? Let me know in the comments if you guys know. I just want you to show you. I just want to show you how crazy things have gotten without anyone paying attention to it. What was the tax rate that started the Revolutionary War, guys? Let me know in the comments. What was it? And what is it today? Okay. But listen, you guys all have an absolutely amazing day. If you guys are new here, please like and subscribe. But in the meantime, I'll go ahead and catch you guys later.